Broadcasting from Mabula, Kuwait. This is the Me and Larry reality video show, LTL, editorial news for September 11, 2009, better known as 9/11, the 8-year anniversary. It was a sad occasion of the 9/11, and this editorial news is in honor of the victims and the family of the victims of the 9/11 attack. The headlines starts with what led to the 9/11 attack. Well, let's go back in time from 1993, when the first attack was done on the North Tower of the World Trade Center. It was done underneath, and it was a car was built with explosive. Set it off. Had people running out of there. 4 years afterwards, they got the suspects, and then after that, they got after the one who was the mastermind, which was RVS-LTL, and he done the planning of it. Then after that, that when, of course, 9/11 came about with the one plane hitting, I believe, the North Tower of the World Trade Center, and then the next one hitting the other one, and then after that it came down. Now, the conspiracy theories behind it were, of course, the planning of it. Of course, the suspects who did the first one and the driver was all playing with the money, pretty much coming from, guess where? Saudi. And it could have been Bin Laden, which Bin Laden trusted a gentleman by the name of RVS-LTL. And RVS-LTL had a uncle, Sheikh Mohammed. So, guess what? They planned that. And then later on, after RVS-LTL was arrested, Dan Rather said this: when the U.S. Marshal and LTL was in a helicopter and they were flying around the World Trade Center, the U.S. Marshal looked at it and said, "You see that? You didn't get them after all." And LTL said, "Not yet." So 8 years later, when you had guys who was trained to fly planes, went to training classes, guess where? In Florida, and got their license, then they was able to get on commercial airliners and was able to use like pocket knives or X-Acto knives to go and rush into the cockpit, and then they were able to take over the plane and to do the attack. Also, there was other, I would say, other warnings that led to it. One warning was from a paratrooper who just happened to come out of the plane, jumped out, and was able to land on the Statue of Liberty, and with a spray can was spraying line 1101, which he was arrested, but that was the first warning. The second warning when the system in the Pentagon went down. That meant something. And then the third thing is when some of the federal government people took a day off on 9/11. Would you say those three could have led to something that was going to happen? You could say so. And that would happen. And it was all planned out. And that's where the United States, who thought they was the safest country in the world, and it was just so casual and everything, got hit. Things that was so peaceful happened. And the people who was in the building never knew what was happening. So life is so short. You never know what will happen between what I'm doing right now, videoing, and maybe later on. You never know. Don't take life for granted. Embrace and do something with your life. That's a message from LTL, and I'll be back with more LTL editorial news.